Hi everybody, it's me Josie. Just today I was doing a video. I was tagged by Sigrid Soto, and in this video I was mentioning that I was going to be making a door hanger for my niece. As soon as I had finished doing the video, I found out that she had the baby last night. So I had to get started. I thought I had 2 weeks of time. Well, she was supposed to have the baby the 15th of August. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do it in this week, and that way I'll give it to her. I'll have it ready a week before, because I'm not going to give it to her before. Here they have something about they don't want gifts before the baby's born. We don't have baby showers here. What they do is they go home after the baby's been born or into the hospital to visit the baby and bring gifts. So it's kind of really stupid because, a mother needs to have time to rest and everything, and you don't really get time. It's hard. I've done it 5 times. So they don't have baby showers here, and it's just the way it works. It's like kind of something like superstition that they don't want gifts before the baby is born. So but we had talked, and I asked her, I said, do you want something made from me? And she said, yeah, I want something for the door made. So I'm trying to figure this out, you guys. Now I'm hoping it's going to work. I've been trying to figure out all day long. As soon as I finished the video, I started with this on how I wanted to do it. I did have already an idea in my head of what I wanted to do it. Now, if it's going to work out, I hope so. So this is going to be the structure of the base. So I'm going to have from here hanging the birds and beads, and the birds from one side to the other will be holding this thing that I covered with a piece of wire that I covered with a piece of ribbon. And this way I can mold it any way I want, the ribbon as well too. And on this ribbon I'm going to put these. Now these are done by a Sizzix thing, banners. It's a banner die, and it has the stamps as well. So one is going to say Ennado, which means he's born. Ennado. Okay, let's put this here. Ennado. Lose the O. No. Okay. Ennado. So there's going to be 2 sets of birds hanging from each here. So I'm going to have 2 little birdies holding on to this one here. And then I'm going to have another 2 little birdies on the bottom that is going to have the name of the baby boy, which is Angelo. So it's another story here that, the first born boys in a family should be called after the father's father, right? So the baby boy will have the name of his grandfather. So my firstborn is called Vido. My secondborn is called after my father, Joey, Giuseppe. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang these, I'm going to glue these little banners onto here. Now I could have done it on a string, but I'm scared the string is going to flop, so I wanted something rigid underneath. And then the second line of birds is going to have his name, Angelo. I like this name. I'm not crazy about, well, actually no, I am crazy about antique names. I do like some of these antique names that, today they want to put these modern names. Okay. Angelo means angel, actually, in English. So what I did to these, I cut them. I put, show it to you up close. It's got this same die set has its stamps as well. And then I grabbed other stamps, letter stamps, which I'm not crazy about these stamps. I had a really hard time getting a clear stamp out of these stamps. I don't know why, because I was trying other types of distress, out of other types of inks, and they were coming out just the same with everything else. So yeah. Okay, so this is that. Now I'll show you how I put together the little birds. So that way we can start putting everything. I'll just pop them in here. Oh, and then by the way, I painted some wooden beads. I did some gray too because I want to put in a little bit of color, another color than just white and blue. Get that one out of the way. So these are my birds. I got them all ready. Okay, and there's 3 white ones and 3 blue ones. Okay, and I just did the beaks with a bit of distress. Well, I'll show you how I did that now, so that way we can finish this one bird together. Okay, so what I did was, this is always a die from Tim Holtz from Sizzix. It's a bird die with the feather. Okay, so I got the feather here. And I sewed all the way around just using a running stitch. I had started doing a blanket stitch, but it was getting too tight around the tail, so I decided to leave the tail free the way it is, like that, and even the beak. So I just went around with the running stitch all the way around. So I've left a spot here open, and now I'm going to fill it up with some filler. I'm going to spread it out a bit so that way it's not all bulky. Leaving the thread on with its needles. And this is crochet thread. So with the white ones I did blue thread, a baby blue thread, and with this blue ones I did a white thread going around to contrast, and then I did the same things with the wings, going back and forth. Fix them up here. You can help yourself. It's very easy, this one, to do, but you know, if you have difficulty with other types of things, you can always use a pencil. Sorry, use a pencil to help you out. Okay, so now I'm going to close it up, and while I'm closing it, I'm going to show you how I close it, which would be the same thing as I would do to open it, to start it. I'm sorry, to start it. So I'm going to start, let me bring it through this way because I'm it's not the best quality of thread, so it'll keep on curling up. You guys seeing that? Okay. So just a plain in and out running stitch, and try not to prick your fingers. This reminds me of quilting by hand. I love quilting by hand, and I have to do it with a magnifying glass, but my fingers get numb after a while because you prick yourself so many times. I do have one of those thimbles where, but I can't feel the needle under my underneath, so you know, sometimes your stitches aren't coming out good. So I prefer, sometimes I'll even wrap tape around my fingers to feel, I still feel the needle, but it kind of protects me a bit. But no, I don't like thimbles. I've never used them in my sewing. I know people that just can't do it without. Where are we here? Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull it through. I still have room to do my last stitch. Get back there, you guys. So in my last stitch, I'm going to bring it through, but then bring it out the middle. Let me see if I can separate this. Well, let me just a second, because I did it a bit tight. Let's do that. Okay. So, come on. Okay, see that? It came out the middle, right? Bring it through. And then inside, you can kind of create your little knot to hold it all down. And this is the way you would start it as well too. You would start your thread in the middle and bring it out. Okay, so I did a knot, pulling it nice and tight and cutting. Okay, so there we have our bird. Now I'm going to paste his tail, which I just very lightly went over it with a bit of an ink pad. I'm going to put some glue. And there we have his tail and his wing and his tail. I lightly did it with a light blue ink pad as well too, just to give it a little bit of dimension. So his beak, I get some brown distress ink. This is gathered twigs, and I just kind of color it like that. Okay, I tried it with orange, but not liking the color it came out, so I went over it with brown. And his eye, I just grab a pen and do a little dot. There we go. The birdie's done. Okay, this little knot here, you can get a needle and kind of stick it in better if you see it coming out like that. Just push them in. Okay, so I guess we're ready to do this. Now, what my idea was to put 2 and 2 birds. I think I have 6. One of them is going to go, I'll put you guys farther. Okay, one of them, my idea is to put one up here. And I wanted to put some flowers on this swirl and some ribbon. So we'll get started. I already have my string ready to hold the birds. I'm going to sew right through into the middle of the birds. And what can I do? Just a second, let me think. Okay, let me start with a couple of beads. Now, even if I do the knot, these beads have a big opening, so I might have to help it stay put, and I'm thinking, let me see. Yeah, it's going to go through. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to keep the knot there. I'm thinking of grabbing some different types of ribbon. This is a gingham. This is a tryout, you guys, huh? So it might not work. I might not be able to use it. I'm just going to tie a little knot. Oh, lots of doors are, it's getting windy. I'm going to tie another little knot. Hopefully it'll stop it. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, then I can cut these if I want. So I'm going to go ahead now and do another little one here, and this is a polka dot. It's a one-sided ribbon, so the design's only on one side, but that doesn't really worry me. Okay, so now I'm going to stick in another cut that away. Okay, you over there, and get another pearl. Okay, so we're going to have that. Now this is going to be cut off here at the end. Okay? And I'm thinking, now I did 10 and 10 pearls. I did 10 gray and 10 white. So if I do 3 here, a bird, 9. Yeah, I think I can do it, but I might have to vary. Ouch. Just pinch myself. Might have to put, you know what, I'm going to put another little piece of the gingham in between these two. Hope you got, I'm not out of, I can go a bit closer, can't I? Yeah. Okay. There we go. You know, I lived in Canada for 25 years, up until the age of 25. And I don't remember if you guys would put something at the door when the baby's born. Here it's a big thing that, you know, there has to be something at the door. Okay, so now I'm going to try to stick in the first bird. And this one goes that way. And yeah, this is another thing you guys have to remember, that they have to go, you can decorate both sides so you don't have to worry about that, but I didn't, because this is going to go against the door. So it won't be something that's going to be turning, especially because I did the wire here with the ribbon. It's not going, it shouldn't move. I hope it's not going to move. So I'm going to pick right here where my other thread is, and I'm going to pull it through. It's around the middle of the bird, right there, like that, okay? And you bring it out. You see that? Right there, in the middle again, okay? It might be a little tough to bring through at the beginning, but it should, see? It went in between the baiting. And there we have our first bird attached. So we'll go on with you know, I don't want that. So I am going to wrap another little piece around here. Bring it around. And around again. There. I like that better. And I'm going to do the same thing on top too. A piece of gingham. I even have the big polka dot ones too, but I think I'm going to use it up on top here. So I'm thinking to make it equal, I'll do 2 grays now and a white in the middle. Okay. So we're going to start with the knotted. Now, oh, I grabbed 3 grays. I need 1 white. Bring a gray through. Grab a little piece of gingham. My fingers are stumbling. So, did a gray, now a white. Now I'm wondering if I could just use too a little bit of ivory as well too. Why not? Who says I have to do it all? My nieces are playing upstairs. Can hear them pouncing. Yeah, so another beautiful little baby boy in the family. These lovely flies. I'll go back after and if I want to fix the lengths of the ribbons. I even wanted to see what a big piece looks like. Let's go back to the gingham right now. Yeah, that was so funny. I was saying this morning that I have to do it. I was going to do a video on it. And not only, I get the news from my son who's in Spain. He called me this morning to tell me that they were leaving for the airport. He finally got in Palermo, and now he's taking a train back home, and I'm so happy, thank goodness. I worry so much when they're gone. And he told me, he goes, Mom, do you know that Angelo was born? Because we all knew that he was going to be called Angelo. And I said, no. I said, nobody's told me yet. And then I opened up the Facebook, and lo and behold, he was there. His first pictures. So I'm going to stick it in again, making sure it's running through the middle of the bird. Sorry, I'm off camera. There we go. Bring him up. Oops. Now obviously, the way I'm doing it here, because the birds will be holding this thing for the banners, these guys have to face that way and the other guys have to face the other way. Or else I could have done even a normal chain of birds coming down and everyone, flying which way. So let me see if I can bring you guys out more so that way you can see what I'm figuring out here with this. Let that hang like that. Adding more beads here. And having these birds hang like that. So start with the ribbon again. I couldn't start the video up until when I started it because there was tractors going on here next door. The construction. There was so much noise. Okay, so now we're going to start with white one again. Ivory.